Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming to today's webinar. We are joined by Tangie Jackson, our Customer Success Manager here at Evolve. And we've got Michael Reuter, the 360 Sync Product Manager, here to give you all the updates and answer any questions you guys might have about the product. And first, I'll hand it over to Tangie to kick us off.
Okay, hello everyone and welcome. Again, I'm Tangie Jackson, the Customer Success Manager here with 360 Sync. And we're going to talk to you about the software, and Michael will later give you a demo of the cool things to come. Okay, just to let you all know, the update is there's an update for 360 Sync that is currently a mandatory update, and it should be done by November 30th. This is version 3.4.5. And if it's not upgraded by December 1st, unfortunately, you will lose the ability to sync your files. So you want to get that taken care of as soon as possible. And you can go ahead and email this email or myself or Michael if you already have our contact information, and we'll get you set up for a quick meeting, 20 to 30 minutes, just get you set up with the new licensing system, and you will be updated to version 3.4.5. Also, December 30th, 360 Sync will release in the cloud, which is exciting. And then in the future, 2023, we have files and data transfer, dashboards and status, all the good stuff heading to the cloud. And again, Michael will talk to you more about that later on in this webinar. Okay, so 360 Sync is a file management software, and it syncs all the good platforms that you use. Bluebeam, SharePoint, Dropbox, Windows, just to name a few. You could see all of those here. And we sync from one data source to the other, and we manage your files for you. All you have to do is connect it and forget it. So with the current version of 360 Sync, which is 3.4.5, we're preparing to migrate to the cloud. So this will be our first step. And again, you will need to have your update completed by November 30th. By yesterday, which was Halloween, 360 Sync will support connectivity to Nuforma, PlanGrid, and support a new feature, which is Autodesk issues, which is cool because we can you can go ahead and fix your issues in Excel and upload to 360 Sync and back. It's just a really cool feature. I'm sure Michael will show you a little bit about that later. And then of course, by November 30th, there will be a beta version for the 360 Sync in the cloud. And it will be available for customers who use BIM 360, Procore, and Windows. So why would you want to upgrade to 3.4.5? You'll gain early access to the cloud, which is awesome. You'll maintain your access to 360 Sync, your normal day-to-day functions. Again, if you're not updated by the end of November, you would lose access to 360 Sync, and we don't want that at all. And then you can give feedback. So we would love to meet with you and get you updated. And while we're in the process of updating your software, we'll ask you some questions and gather feedback. This is a great opportunity to let us know your kind of wish list or any enhancement requests that you might have so that we can get to working on that for you to, ensure that you have an awesome experience with 360 Sync. And then again, there's some new features that you'll be excited about, which is connecting to PlanGrid, Nuforma, and exporting Autodesk issues to and from Excel. So lots of reasons why you want to upgrade to 3.4.5. So introducing 360 Sync with Nuforma. Exciting things happening here. You can connect to the project center. So with 360 Sync version 3.5, you'll be able to connect to Nuforma Project Center and sync files with Nuforma, Bluebeam, Autodesk, Procore, and more. And then, of course, you can upload or download files to or from Nuforma. So again, this was requested, and so Michael's been working hard on this. So that's exciting for us to be able to release that. And super duper exciting, 360 Sync in the cloud. So with the migration to Evolve, our new licensing system with this update here, 360 Sync will soon be a cloud product. You'll be able to manage your connections and your projects via a web portal. So this will allow 360 Sync to copy files and data in real time. And this is from leveraging like advanced APIs and AWS functionality. So we'll be offering 360 Sync in the cloud beta version for customers who use BIM 360 and Procore this month, November, and later on for other users who use like BIM 360, Procore, Windows. So that should be around December. Also introducing 360 Sync with PlanGrid. So you can sync your PlanGrid projects with anything else we connect to, Nuforma, Bluebeam, Autodesk, Procore, SharePoint, and more. And then, of course, you can upload, download, and migrate your files to or from PlanGrid and all of your old projects from PlanGrid to any of our other supported data sources. So cool things happening with PlanGrid. And I think, is this the demo here?
Yep, time for the demo.
All righty, so we'll have Michael and he will go ahead and show you a demo of the current 360 Sync features and what's to come.
All right, guys. So as Tangie said, it is absolutely imperative. It's very, very important that everybody that's a 360 Sync user upgrade to version 3.4.5. The way that you can do that is by emailing us at support@evolvemep.com or emailing me or Tangie. It's just our names. So like it would be michael.reuter@evolvemep.com or tangie.jackson@evolvemep.com. But either any of those three emails, you just need to send us an email and give us a time that would work for you in the following week. And then we will upgrade you guys and there will be no loss of service. Okay. It should be a 30-minute or less phone call where we upgrade you and set you up with the new version. Again, it is mandatory that you update or you will lose the ability to sync until you do upgrade. And so part of the benefits of syncing or sorry, of updating is that you will get some new perks, I guess. First of all, you'll get, like Tangie said, you'll get access to the cloud, but then you will also have the ability to connect to Nuforma and PlanGrid, and then also download and export issues. And so all of those things will be part of our newest build, or they are part of our newest build, I guess I should say. So if you reach out to us tomorrow, you'll be able to connect to all those things in addition to what we already connect to. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show off like the new features, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so if you see my screen right here, this shows 360 Sync. Okay, and so again, it's just an easy to use piece of software that's going to let you copy files from one place to another, either on demand or on a schedule. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to actually do two demos. I'm going to sync files from PlanGrid to Nuforma, and then I am going to download issues from an Autodesk project, open them up in Excel, save them, and then upload them back from Windows back to Autodesk. Okay. And so if we're going to connect to Nuforma, it's pretty easy to do. You choose Nuforma as your data source. You name it something intelligent. I've just named mine Nuforma. But then you put your email in, And then in the project center, there's a little option up there in the top corner that'll allow you to select a client ID and a client secret. You choose that option, and then you can get those two keys straight from there. And so from there, you hit connect. And so the first time you do that, it's going to ask you to log into Nuforma. It's going to confirm that your credentials are good, and then 360 Sync's good to go. PlanGrid is even easier to connect to. You just pick PlanGrid as your data source. You name it something intelligent, just like before. And then you just put your PlanGrid email in. You don't have to fool with any of these custom application credentials. You just hit connect. And then same thing. First time you do that, it's going to ask you to log in. Then it's going to ask you if you want to allow 360 Sync to work. Once you hit allow, then you're good to go. Okay. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to come to projects. And I'm going to hit add project. And so this time we'll just call this PlanGrid to Nuforma. And we're going to do a file sync. So I'll come over here and I'll add a mapping. And so this time we're going to go from PlanGrid to Nuforma. So I'll pick PlanGrid as my source and Nuforma as my destination. Then I'll come over here. I'll pick my project. And if I wanted to just move the files that were in this folder, I could do that. Or I could just choose to move all of the, I could choose like the approved submittals folder as well if I wanted to. So that's just what I'm going to choose to move. Now, if I wanted to as well, I could choose what files I wanted to move. So if I didn't want to move all the file types, then I could just choose to move PDFs only. Or perhaps I wanted to move PDFs and Revit models and DWGs, CAD drawings. Or maybe I wanted to do some other combination of stuff, but that's not what I want to do. I want to actually copy everything over. So I'm going to uncheck that box. Just wanted to show that it was an option. And so I've chosen what I want to copy from PlanGrid. And now I'm going to choose where I want it to go in my new Nuforma project center. So I've picked Nuforma as my destination. I've chosen the project that I want to connect to. And now I'm just going to pick the folder. So if I wanted to, I could pick a folder that's already here, or I could create a new folder on the fly. So that's what I'm going to do from PlanGrid. So now I'll hit create there. So then it creates that folder in the Nuforma project center. And so now while that's saving, we'll call this PlanGrid to Nuforma. Okay. Now, if I wanted to, I could hit save and duplicate, and then, also choose to do maybe this folder right here. And then, I could keep going and doing that again. So this time it would be, okay. So I could keep doing that, adding as many mappings as I wanted to. But basically, once I've got that done, I've decided everything that I want to copy from one place to another. Now it's time for me to run my sync. And so I can do that one of three ways, okay? First way I can do it is I can click the gear and hit create desktop shortcut. And when I do that, 360 Sync actually creates this little button that shows up on my desktop. And if I were to double click it, then 360 Sync would start to run it. So I could do that at any time. So if you need something uploaded right now, you could just double click that, okay? Or since I'm already in here, I could just hit play, and then 360 Sync would run right now. But the best solution is to have this run on a schedule. And so if I wanted this to run every day, Monday through Friday at 2:13 p.m., then I could do that. If I wanted it to repeat multiple times during the day, I could have it do that just by checking this box. So in this example, it would repeat every 2 hours. But then all I really want it to do is just run once a day at 2:13. And so I want it to do that regardless of whether I'm logged into the computer or not. So I'm going to put my username and password in here for the computer. I set that up, I hit save, and then now 360 Sync is going to run regardless of whether I'm at lunch or I had to go pick up the kids or go to a doctor's appointment or was off that day. 360 Sync is going to run every day, Monday through Friday at 2:13 p.m., regardless of whether I'm logged into the computer. So now we'll just come over here to the log and check this out. So you can see already the log shows that 11 files have started to move. So if I come in here, we can see that all of these files have moved, and we're about maybe a quarters of the way done with this particular sync. And as each file is downloaded, the little green box or button is going to, or little green line is going to get bigger or longer, and then more files are going to be in there. So you can see if they're successful or not. So we'll come back to that in a little bit. But that's basically it. Okay, so as you can see, we can move files between PlanGrid and Newforma now. So if those are two data sources that you guys have to connect to, then we can do that in addition to all the other things that we connect to. Okay, so the last demo I'm going to provide is our issue management demo. Okay, and so this time, okay, I'm going to name a project issue management demo, and this time instead of having file sync, I'm going to choose the issue management project type, and I'll hit save. Then I'll hit add mapping. And so we'll call this particular mapping issues download. And so now I'm going to take files from Autodesk and I'm going to save them on my computer. And so if I wanted to take files from this company take sorry, not files, but issues from this company, and then maybe take issues from this project, then I could do that. Also, if I wanted to, I could filter this data. So maybe I only wanted issues whose status were open or not closed, I guess, then I could choose to do that. Okay. So if I just want all of the non-closed items to be downloaded, then I could do that. And then now I just choose where I want them to be downloaded. So if I want those to be downloaded to my desktop, then I could do that. So we'll call this issue management webinar demo, and I'll choose to have those saved right on my desktop. And then I will run it. Okay, same thing as before. I could schedule this or just set up a button that would have them run automatically. But I do that, and then now 360 Sync's going to start downloading. So I can see that it's already sent them. So there's our little Excel file. So now if I open that Excel file, it's going to have all of the issues inside of it. And so I'll bring this over. We'll open that up over here. And so now all of my issues are here. And so if I wanted to, change, for instance, all of these from open to pending or in review, then I could do that. Or maybe I needed to change the description here for this one, then I could do that. So I'll just put my initials on it. Then I'll put Tangie's on this one. Then I'll put Marina's on this one. Okay, so I could do that. Then I can just save my file, close it, and now I can actually come back into my thing here, add another mapping, and this time we're going to upload the data back from Windows back into that same Autodesk project. So I'm going to find that 2021 MEP Force project. Then I'll come and I'll find my file, and it is issue management webinar demo. There we go. So I'll call that upload. And so now I just want to upload everything. So I'll hit play again. And so now it's going to start uploading everything. Okay, and so while that's going, we can kind of check that out. But basically, there's all those files going again. Looks like we're about 90% done with that first folder. But yeah, basically that's it. Let's see. We've got some questions here. When the user has to update their password, do they have to update it every project that they are syncing? Okay, so I'm assuming that Brad, you asked that question with regards to scheduling. And so if you had to put your username and password in here for logging into the computer, then yes, you would have to update that for each project. Does the user have to have admin rights to the computer it's installed on? Great question, Brad. It doesn't necessarily have to have admin rights, but the user does have to have the ability to run scheduled tasks on that computer. Oftentimes, that is an admin, but it does not have to be an admin. Typically, when we are setting this up, we test to make sure that the syncs run on a schedule and that you can run scheduled tasks. If you can't, then we set up a time with your IT team. Okay, great question. So I got another question in. I can't seem to connect Bluebeam through 360 Sync. How would we solve this? Okay, great question. So Fred, I'm going to, let me find the exact file that I need to open, but I'll provide. So if you have, first of all, for Bluebeam Studio projects to work, you need to have Bluebeam Studio Prime. Okay, and so I'll kind of walk you through that. But give me 1 second. I'll find this file that should walk me through it, and I'll give you like our little app key so that you can fill that in if you have Bluebeam Studio Prime. Just give me 1 second. Let's see, where's my, well, that'd be why, because I'm not in B Word. So okay, IT requirements. Okay, so I'll walk you through this. Okay, so I'll come over here, I'll open this up. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to prime.bluebeam.com. And then put in your username and your password. And then is it, hold on, let's see, maybe I'm wrong. It could, it's yeah, let me try that again. There we go. Okay, so that should take you to this page. Okay. And so from here, you can manage everything with your Bluebeam Studio Prime account. You can add people to projects or add people to sessions. You can add users. You can see how people have used it recently. And most importantly, you can manage your integrations. And so if you want to add 360 Sync, you can see I've actually already done that here, but you hit the little Add New button, and then you put our license key in for, or not our license key, but our integration ID in. So you hit look up, and then it's going to find our app, and then you're good to go. And so I will go ahead and I'll put that in the chat. Hopefully this goes out to everybody. So if you need that, Fred, there you go. You go there and you drop our thing in, and then you should be able to connect to your Bluebeam Studio projects. Okay, great question. So then from there, I'll just add my Bluebeam credentials here. So I'll do that, name it Bluebeam, hit connect, then log in. And then you allow our app to work, and voila. Now you can connect to Bluebeam, and you can manage any of the projects, right? Just like that. Okay. Okay, so I guess any other questions? These have been some great questions. Okay. So let's see, let's review. So if you haven't done so already, I beg you, please contact us so that we can update you with 360 Sync. The reason for it is because we are changing over our license system. It's a really boring reason, but we held off on some updates so that it would make it so it would be beneficial for everybody involved. You get some new stuff and it would help us out as well. But basically, we had to change our license server, and so that's why we need you guys to update. Updating will allow you guys to keep having 360 Sync work past November 30th. I think we have updated something like 40 customers already, but we would like to update everybody before November 30th so that we don't have people that are freaking out on December 1st. We also have updates for where we can now connect to New Forma and PlanGrid, and we can also upload or download issues from Autodesk, whether that's ACC or that is BIM 360 or anything in between. Okay. So remember, contact us at support@evolvemep.com to set up a time for us to update 360 Sync so that it works after November 30th. Okay, so that's all that I have. If we don't have any other questions, then I'll give you guys back a little bit of your time. Thanks for coming today. Thanks for the questions, and have a good rest of the day. And I hope to upgrade you guys here in the very near future.
Thank you, everyone, for joining.
Okay, thanks, guys.